to the stream it, Dork.
Send a.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to
the stream.
The 16th, June 16th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could not believe I found this. I thought it was a song that they made up for.
All right.
I'm gonna send that to you. You can read.
All right, it's on.
Start it.
Okay.
Tobacco is investing in the future of this country. A recent study found that low-income neighborhoods are more likely to have tobacco retailers near schools than other neighborhoods. How convenient. In fact, Big Tobacco went to the Supreme Court to keep tobacco advertising near schools. Cool. Huh. Nothing says commitment to youth like a hard-won legal battle. It's not a coincidence. It's profiling. Don't let it go unseen. List at thetruth.com. Be the generation that ends smoking.
What is going on, guys? This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S8. First thing you need to discuss is that display.
The S8 Plus has a higher resolution. The S8 was much better in low light situations. Video as well, I'd have to give the edge to the S8. We have Gorilla Glass 5 front and back.
IP68 water and dust resistant. Everything else out the way, save that S8. Oh, I love this phone.
Hello and welcome to Toonami Pre-Flight. Once again joined by Jason. Did you miss me? I did. Minutes to come in, but well, one crabby big guy is the same as any other, really. Yeah, he was.
That's a cool cup he's got.
Tier 4, maybe.
Did you see his cup? Kind of weird,
His skull cup.
It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's like not like a skeleton cup. It's more like a definite.
Any of this thing I'm about to talk about goes to adults.
Right.
But it goes to adults.
Yeah.
I was watching a Rick and Morty thing yesterday. That's why I said the disclaimer in the beginning. And apparently in season 3, episode 4, we're gonna be able to see drunk Rick.
Oh, cool.
So, Justin Roiland, who's the guy who plays Rick and Morty.
Oh,
drunk in the booth.
that's pretty. That's awesome.
He got like drunk in the booth.
He got drunk in it?
Yeah, he got like drunk in the booth. I'm like,
oh my god, that's funny.
And even the like casting director. I've been working on Rick and Morty since season 1, and this is like the most unproductive recording we've ever had.
Right, yeah.
He's like drinking and like not like drinking, just like taking shots and stuff.
Uh-huh.
He's like saying all this weird shit.
Seriously? Wow.
I get to send you the I gotta send you that.
Yeah, send me that. I want to see that. Sounds funny.
Yeah.
Any it's funny in there.
Show before.
Huh?
The boys is happy.
I think I have once, haven't I?
Yeah, like when we're done, I'm gonna just watch some of Rick and Morty
Yeah, you
just to
should.
catch myself up before season 3.
Oh yeah, definitely. You should.
You know,
What are you gonna do before my party?
stuff.
Watch stuff.
You have. Well, I'm not gonna ask you now, but you have on demand, right?
Yes.
Man, talk about now is Yu-Gi-Oh! So all credit goes to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Corporation or Konami.
Oh.
But I gotta do that every single time I talk about something, because otherwise they'll copyright me or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Because like, okay, when we get off this for the day,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and check for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 on demand.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that.
Because Joe's like, it's a Cartoon Network, but I can't.
Okay, I'll check.
You know?
I'll check when I.
Not now.
No, I know, not now. I'm saying after we're done.
Yeah, after we're done.
We haven't Sloppy Joe's filling in there.
Goes?
Huh?
Puffy goes?
Yeah.
Cool. Keep going.
I also want to make a dip too, so I'm gonna have to read that and get something like that too and have a dip made.
Keep going with the video.
Longer than it took to physically record,
And then left
Tsunami pre-flight.
here, meaning in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or in
Well,
the studio.
Thank you guys for soldiering on without me.
Indeed. Today we are going to continue talking about some of our and Paste Magazine's favorite anime movies of all time. Spriggan.
Yep.
We're also going to then talk some of our favorite treasure hunting movies, I believe is how we phrased it.
Yes, treasure hunt movies.
We tried to figure out artifact, discovery, and destruction movies, but that was a little too
Treasures,
much even
treasures.
for a Toonami
Treasure gets the job done.
And Jason and I are recently returned,
I thought you were going to say recently divorced.
but we're still working together. We're
Very uncomfortable.
co-parenting Toonami pre-flight,
Very uncomfortable.
but I think I thought it was going well, but evidently it's very uncomfortable, which makes it a little more uncomfortable
Yeah.
for me. So
Sorry.
it's sort of a bummer. We recently to Japan, and we shot a little bit of Toonami pre-flight footage in Tokyo. We'll see part 1 of a 7-part series of
It's 2 parts.
probably 2 parts.
Probably going to be just a 2-part series.
It was just a little slice. Today will be a little bit more of the
fun times.
bit of business and pleasure,
Fun
some of the
times,
fun walking around taking care of business pre-flight.
Let's get to it. Let's start talking Spriggan.
Cool.
Spriggan. So, Spriggan, a Spriggan, for those of you who might be confused, a Spriggan is actually in Scottish folklore, it's like a tree spirit.
Right.
And they're actually in the game Skyrim.
And they're super annoying when you're under-leveled. They just have their little bees that fly around.
But that's the original, but it also means striker.
in the traditional Cornish language.
So, and that's the sense in which the Spriggans of this movie they're sort of a first strike team. So Spriggan came out in 1998. It's probably one of the last great examples of cell animated 2D, animation, because that was right around when CG was really starting to take over,
Yeah.
and things were just moving fully digital. So it's one of those sort of later examples of just how good hand-drawn animation on a cell can look. Huge hit in Japan, and then on it over in the U.S. And did a dub and a theatrical release, and I think it didn't do great then either. When I first saw Spriggan, we actually saw it because I don't remember how, but we had a Japanese version of it. So I think they wanted to see if we wanted to show it on Toonami, which it was too violent to show at the time in Toonami. It wouldn't be too violent now, but for the kids Toonami.
For 4 o'clock afternoon Toonami.
Yeah, it was too violent, and cutting out the violence would sort of really destroy it, and it was too well animated to be able to just paint stuff out.
Right.
So
it was a shit ton of guns, which makes it awesome, but problematic for an afternoon children's slot.
But we liked it so much, we just watched it in Japanese, just the whole thing. I watched it twice in Japanese because the animation was so gorgeous. So, weirdly, like some of these movies we've been talking about, it's not available on Blu-ray, or it's not like you really can't get it other than you can buy the old DVD.
You can get it's not region free, but you can get the Japanese Blu-ray, but you can't play it. So unless you...
Well, you can if you have a PS4.
Does
it have English track on it? Mm-hmm. Dang. So anyway, but it is one of the best looking anime, period. I mean, like, I would put it up there with, like, it's not as good of a movie as some of the greatest anime ever made, like Ghost in the Shell or Akira or whatever, or Metropolis, but it looks as good as those movies. Like, it is clearly the product of a high budget that took a long time and some people working at the top of their craft. Like, the animation is bananas amazing. So I would say it's like kind of like Redline. Like, it's just, it's not necessarily a classic movie, but just a really fun, well-made movie.
It's a delightful, fast romp through murder and mayhem.
Yeah, it's weirdly, it feels very Western. I mean, so it was adapted from a manga that went on for 11 years. And it's really just one part of the manga, as I understand it.
Yeah,
but
it's like the second volume.
But it's a very Western approach. Like, the orchestral music feels very much like they're trying to do a James Bond, Jones thing.
Probably out in 1990.
Storyline kind of skips around the globe. They go to Afghanistan. They go to all these different places. And again, that feels very much like a Western adventure spy movie. So I think they had in their minds, they were really trying to sort of do their version of that kind of Indiana Jones type story.
Yeah.
So let's check out the trailer. The audio is terrible on this trailer, but the video is in HD, so you can see how good it looks. So here's the English trailer for Spriggan. They were looking for a sign.
Terrible my ass. You can still hear it.
Yeah.
Was a warning. Some discoveries should remain buried.
Okay, we're gonna do this voice.
Nice 90s, sweet 90s graphic package.
We're gonna do the newer one.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
We're gonna do the newer one tomorrow too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I'll be home tomorrow too.
You get to use that.
I'll be home pretty much all week, but like I think
Anything else you need
Friday afternoon, Amanda's coming over.
done for your, like, if you guys don't know the graduation party's this weekend? Is there anything else you need to get done for that?
Well, we got a cake and the subs. Amanda comes over. They're gonna. Well, Amanda wants to make a dessert. And then she wants to make something else too. And then I was thinking about making a dip. So, like a queso dip. You've had queso dips, haven't you? Well, this is one that we made at the apartment, and it was pretty good. It had like no bean chili and everything, and it was really good. It had cream cheese and stuff like that. So
Okay. Keep going.
okay, just
So Spriggan, Katsuhiro Otomo, creator of Akira, was the supervisor for this movie, and that may explain not only the high quality, but there's some very Akira-like elements.
Significant homages.
This character, the Colonel, they keep calling him, is like a little boy. Clearly, it's an adult in a little kid's body, and that's never fully explained what's up with that in the movie. Anyway, I'm sure it is in the manga. But he has telekinetic powers that he has a hard time controlling. So in that way, it feels very much like Akira. And he ultimately is a megalomaniac who wants to sort of take over / destroy the world. So those elements are definitely
Like all little boys so too.
and much like Akira, the Spriggan, the main character, what's his name? He is very much like a Kaneda type character where he's constantly just wants to charge forward and sort of solve everything with his fists, basically, because he's young and impetuous
And talented.
and a young sort of badass.
Giant's top Spriggan.
Yeah. So the overall story setup is that there's a group called ARC. Is it ARC?
Arkham.
Arkham. And
Arkham. I think they were
Arkham.
doing an Arkham, and then we're like, wait, no, let's change it to a C.
So there are ancient, powerful artifacts scattered all over the world, and there's this organization called Arkham that basically exists to make sure those artifacts don't get discovered and don't fall into the wrong hands.
Namely, the Americans.
Then there is a paramilitary organization, a splinter group of American soldiers who are working towards Black Ops kind of crew who are working towards stealing these artifacts. And the big artifact that this movie centers around is Noah's Ark. So they've found the actual Noah's Ark of biblical. Basically, it turns out that Noah's Ark might be responsible for the creation of all life on Earth, and can control weather and all kinds of other stuff. So the showdown in the movie ends up inside Noah's Ark, where the Spriggan U takes on the Colonel, and sort of the Colonel wants to use the Ark to wipe the Earth clean, sort of like they basically intimate
Real Wrath of God type stuff.
they intimate that the dinosaurs went extinct because someone used the Ark before, and that's why it was hidden to begin with. So, and you obviously doesn't want that to happen
Because he's a good boy.
so it's a pretty easy to understand story. I think that Yu is not given a ton of backstory, which he's given a little backstory, but he's still more of just a badass cipher than he is a great character. And I think if anything's missing, if there's any reason this thing didn't turn into a bigger movie, I think it's that. It's that though he's a cool badass, he's not like
Yeah, I mean, it ends up feeling sort of how it was created, where it's part of a larger story that you're not getting all the information, you're not getting all the story, where you feel like I should know more about this, and one of the reasons is because it's a much larger manga, but as a standalone movie, it's a little weird.
Yeah, he's not Indiana Jones or James Bond. He's not a character that you sort of a really indelible character. And I think that's the sort of the thing that's missing in this movie. They've got every other element is great. Oh, the bad guys are great. The story is great. The animation is just absolutely incredible. I think the score is really good. And I was baffled at the time why the movie didn't become bigger. But I think ultimately it's just that there wasn't enough of a core of a character that you wanted to follow to really make it worth watching for some people.
Right.
So let's check out a clip. This is from pretty late this is from like halfway through. This is a big showdown between Yu and his former commander, because it turns out that Yu he was trained as a sort of child assassin by this American Black Ops group, and he broke away from them, and in doing so he killed a bunch of people. So the colonel, so this guy that has a vendetta against you, so this is sort of their showdown, or part of their showdown. But just check out the animation.
Remember the message I wrote on your friend Tanaka? Now I'm going to snap your neck like a twig. I know what will be your grave! Finally, you begin to fight!
I gotta just say something.
Okay.
The trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that look like Akashi Shidori?
Yeah.
There was a part in the trailer where there was a bunch of lightning. Sasuke Shidori. Does it sound like his Shidori?
Yeah.
Like the whole chirping thing. The whole.
Right.
And I'm just waiting for him to be like, Shidori! No.
Yes.
Content of what I just said goes to Cartoon Network because Cartoon Network or Viz owns Naruto.
Right. Yeah.
And what I just said goes to Viz. With everything I say about stuff, because like you guys don't know I got copyright stroked in, so I'm just not.
Yep. Gotta wait till August, I think.
And it was like it was like from a few videos ago that I did. I barely even used
videos that he done like 2 years ago or something. It's like, really?
These people don't even give a.
No, they
just want to give.
That don't make no sense. Sorry.
I mean, do my own stuff. You know.
Right.
I'm not doing gameplays because that would be too much of a pain. You know.
Yeah.
You would have to get permission from the game companies. When we get married, we'll end up doing that because we need somehow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Becoming bored.
Right.
Well, you're probably gonna have to ask all the companies and stuff. I'll probably use my email for that.
Probably.
I'm the only one with freaking email. Or we could probably get Facebook. We could probably ask them through Facebook or something.
Yeah, we could. We can do anything like that. Guess I'll do, get married someday. We're gonna eventually do stuff like that,
Yeah, when we get. I love you. Keep going.
Enough is enough. It's over. He's dead.
I don't move on anything of remorse or some shit.
So yeah, just really well choreographed action, really great character designs.
Say it again, Dave.
I was just saying that was awesome. He kind of shot him without any remorse. It was like
No.
over. He's dead.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
going. Keep going.
Craft. Bless you. Yep.
Sound design.
Really,
Fucking awesome.
really fluid animation. I think I wouldn't go so far as to call it a lost classic, but I definitely think it's a lost gem that people don't need. If you want to check out the very pinnacle of late 90s, sort of the end of hand-drawn cell animation, I think this is a good one. So, on the subject of treasure hunt films, we decided to talk about some of our favorite treasure hunt movies. Treasure hunting movie.
Really put an extra G there. It should just be the
treasure hunting movies. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that I grew up with and is also a forgotten classic, I think, for this generation.
It's on cable a decent amount, so maybe
it's just enough, it didn't catch on with the youngins like Goonies.
Yeah,
you know,
it's too awesome. Goonies is right there in the suck world enough to capture the young minds.
So I'm talking about, of course, Robert Zemeckis' classic film, Romancing the Stone.
Jewel of the Nile?
No, he didn't direct Jewel of the Nile.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, another guy did, which is why it's not as good. So Robert Zemeckis, who of course directed, among many other films, Forrest Gump and
your favorite movie
and Back to the Future. He did this movie, which is basically somebody just wanted to do Indiana Jones plus some more comedy, which is really what it is, and some South American racism.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. My mom absolutely loved it because there's a core romance in the middle of the movie between Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas, and she loved that. And we watched it as kids a bunch just because it's got a lot of action and people getting their hands bitten off by crocodiles and shotguns and stuff I like. And rather than show you the trailer, which is so dated, it's probably not going to get anybody interested. When I was looking for clips of this movie, I forgot all about the amazing theme song. And another forgotten amazing artist, Eddie Grant, the reggae artist who did Electric Avenue, he did the theme song, and he did a music video that's sort of that's themed like Romancing the Stone, but it's a friggin' hot jam. So what I'm going to do is just sort of, we're going to go off book for a minute. We're just going to spend 2 minutes enjoying Romancing the Stone by Eddie Grant. So check it out.
One, take none.
Hi, I'm Eddie Grant, and right now it's dawn in St. Lucia. The mountain you see behind me was specially constructed for my new video. And when I'm finished drinking this non-alcoholic beverage, we are going to climb it. I'll be chance. So, watch it.
Non-alcoholic. That's the
Fuck yeah. So, I don't know if I can see everybody in there.
Well, we have a bunch of people in the control room.
So, who's seen Romancing the Stone? Show of hands. 1, 2, and
The old people.
all the old people? No.
Oh,
wait,
one younger.
Okay.
One youngin.
And of the people who didn't see it, did that hot jam change your mind and pique your
Did
interest?
Eddie Grant make you want to see it?
It's 100%.
Yeah. All right.
Well done.
We're converting. So, Romancing the Stone, featuring hot jams. Kathleen Turner before she looked bananas, like now. I don't know what's going on, but her voice dropped like 5 octaves.
Sure.
And Michael Douglas before he looked and sounded bananas like he does now, where his voice went up several octaves.
It was a much
Throat cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
cancer is a killer.
eating cancer will change you.
So then, next up, I want to talk about, of course, an Indiana Jones film, because you can't really talk treasure hunts without talking Indiana Jones. And I decided to talk about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is the 3rd Indiana Jones film.
What's your order of Indiana Jones films, favorite to least favorite?
Favorite to least favorite is definitely Raiders, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, and of course, whatever the dog shit one was called.
Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull.
Could you put a 5th movie ahead of Crystal Skull and make it even?
I could. I would if I could.
Put a
Young Indiana Jones,
Yes.
then Crystal Skull. But I really like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and I figured Gil might talk about Raiders, or we've all talked about Raiders.
Yeah.
And I like the humor in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, is particularly Sean Connery and Harrison Ford playing off of each other. And this is a scene we're rather than watch a trailer again, we're just going to watch a scene that I think is hilarious that Gil and I quote
often reference.
Yes. So this is a hilarious scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Check it out.
Dr. Snyder, there are pages torn out of this.
This book contained a map with no names, precise directions from the unknown city to the secret canyon of the Crescent Moon.
So it did. Where are these missing pages, this map? We must have these pages back.
You're wasting your breath. He won't tell us. And he doesn't have to. It's perfectly obvious where the pages are. He's given them to Marcus Brody.
Marcus? Didn't drag poor Marcus along, did you? He's not up to the challenge. He sticks out like a sore thumb. We'll find him.
The hell you will. He's got a 2-day head start on you, which is more than he needs. Brody's got friends in every town and village from here to the Sudan. He speaks a dozen languages, knows every local custom. He'll blend in, disappear. You'll never see him again. With any luck, he's got the grail already.
Does anyone here speak English? Or even ancient Greek? I was under attack is a fish waiting over here. Thank you so much. No, I really don't want.
That was pretty awesome about Indiana Jones, Darren.
My favorite because
You don't like?
I didn't like Crystal Skull. I would now because I saw. Maybe I would now if I see it again.
Okay.
And she was crying through the whole thing, and I'm like, I couldn't even hear the damn thing.
Oh, well, if you watch it again, you probably will. It's a really good movie.
What are you talking about, Crystal Skull?
No, Indiana Jones.
There's like a book. There's like 5 Indiana Jones movies.
Yes, there is.
I don't know.
Any of them. I've seen every one of those.
So you've seen Crystal Skull?
No, because my dad likes it, so yeah. What are you talking about, Crystal?
I'm talking about Crystal Skull.
Yeah, I know. But I was
This one. And no offense. No offense. No offense to anyone who likes Indiana Jones in this, You know what I'm saying? Don't spam comments or anything. Especially to Nikki, 'cause she doesn't like agree with me. But
Who doesn't agree with you?
Crystal Skull was terrible, in my opinion, because
Who doesn't agree with you?
Crystal Skull at all.
Yeah, but I'm saying who doesn't agree with you?
You don't.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I was stuck watching them, so I like them because my dad likes them.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the originals before. Like,
Just watch the originals. Don't even watch the
I wish they had like old stuff. You can search for Indiana Jones, and it would be there. You know. I love you. Keep going.
Mm.
Love you.
I love you too. Sorry.
So the only reason that scene's funny is because they do such a great job of setting it up and slowly pushing
such
it.
a great slate cut.
The thing that makes it funny is you already know Marcus is kind of a doddering,
right? But you still,
but Harrison Ford is
power
so
of the
good.
Ford is so strong.
He's so good at selling you, and then the camera move and everything that you're like, maybe he's right, and then of course he's not. Classic misdirect, little comedy for you. And then finally, a movie people I don't think talk about very much when they think of treasure hunt films, but it is a treasure hunt film, and that is the 1999 classic, which is called, what the hell is it called? Oh, Three Kings. It's so classic. Movies. One of my favorite movies.
David
Not
Russell's
those Three Kings. That's a comedy, bit of comedy. It's David O. Russell's film. He evidently was such a prick as a director on this that George Clooney threatened to kill him because he was being such a jerk to the cast. And if you have the behind the scenes, he brought a camera to meet each of the stars in their very first meeting. Like
Did
filming
you want to say something?
And so he's filming Mark Wahlberg, who is much younger because this is one of the.
Like,
It's like, huh? So you're gonna film like this whole?
Sorry, you gonna say something? So I just.
No, one of the actors threatened to kill the director because he kept being such an asshole.
Oh, well, wouldn't you? I mean, exactly not would do it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And keep going.
Thing, you're just gonna film our talking, huh? And he's like, yep. And he's like, okay, whatever. And like, just kind of, he's obviously weirded out about it, but it's fine. The footage of him filming Ice Cube is the funniest thing in the world because he rolls up on Ice Cube and Ice Cube's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm filming this thing. And he's like, nah, man, put that shit away. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. And just turns it off. So Three Kings is I mean, really it's a movie about our role in the war in Iraq. It was very prescient, actually, in terms of it did not paint Americans in a very good light in that war. It kind of was the first movie to deal with the inherent absurdity of some of the things about that war. But basically, the movie starts.
I'm going to look this up.
It's
whatever company owns Three Kings, that company gets the thing. Because I'm checking this out. Hey Siri.
I'm listening.
Three Kings movie.
Found one movie. Three Kings. I'm listening.
Three Kings movie synopsis.
Three Kings.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Three Kings movie synopsis.
Which the Three Kings? Here's the plot synopsis.
Hey Siri. Plot for Three Kings.
The plot synopsis: greed, compassion. These three seemingly disparate human traits collide explosively in this unconventional, ironic, action-packed adventure. At the end of the Gulf War, a small group of American soldiers plots to steal a huge cache of gold reputedly hidden somewhere near their Iraqi desert base. After finding a map that they believe will lead them to the treasure, the men embark on a treacherous journey filled with unexpected events, a trip that dramatically forces them to confront their fears and flaws, while drastically altering their lives forever.
And tell me the year. Hey Siri. Three Kings made.
September 27th, 1999.
Oh.
Were we even in Iraq then?
I don't know.
When did we start the war in Iraq?
Sorry, I couldn't find anything called war in Iraq.
When did we start the war in Iraq?
Okay, I found this on the web for when did we start Don't Want to Iraq. Take a look.
Hey Siri. When did we start the war in Iraq?
Okay, I found this on the web for when did we start the war in Iraq. Take a look.
Hey, can you ask Cortana that?
If it was the time the Iraqis and what?
When did we start the war in Iraq?
Hey Cortana. Hey Cortana. Hey Cortana. Hey Cortana. What year did we do the war in Iraq?
It's probably not going to come up because you did that.
Well, I have hard time with W's, just to let you know that. It's not funny. I'm seriously. I do. I can't help that. It's what part of my speech my speech impairment.
Hey Siri. War in Iraq.
The only option I see is the Rack and Stack warehouse on their Jeff Drive in Caboolture.
No. Hey Siri. What year was the war in Iraq?
War started on March 20th, 2003.
Why are they saying it's like a war? Why are they saying it's a story about a war in Iraq? It's not. Keep going.
You okay? I'm just saying I'm not really good with W's or whatever. I'm been working like that on Hygienics, so yeah. You okay?
The lady I was talking to
Who?
was talking to you in the car.
Well, she's a fan person.
It's like, tell your boyfriend you're not gonna be home till 11. Like,
He's the one that moves us around.
This is
No, not her. She's a fan lady. She's the one that travels us to the places that we go. The people inside the building is what helps us with. She was taking me home. What happened is I would have been home a lot sooner, but something happened or whatever, so we had to come home a little later. So it happens, I guess.
sorry about that. Keep going.
Oh, you're right. You okay though? You happy still? Smile. Good. I love you.
Dom has some caches of gold stashed away that he has stolen from various people, and so they want to steal this gold and get rich before the army pulls out of Iraq, and then they end up getting sort of caught up in wanting to help some of the local people, and sort of they find their heart. The trailer makes
They look for gold, but they find
the golds in here. So it's way less of a straightforward movie than the trailer makes it look like. Like the trailer makes it look like a much more lighthearted,
like comedy,
and it's not really like that. It has obviously some absurdity, but it's very much a farce about the Iraq War and our role in it, and it does take on the subject fairly seriously. But here's a trailer to give you some idea if you haven't seen it.
Are we shooting people or what?
I'm talking about millions in Kuwait, boy. You mean them little cubes you put in hot water make soup? Oh, not the little cubes you put in hot water to make soup.
Oh my God!
Have you seen this before?
You open that door now.
Have you seen this before?
Simpson.
Huh?
Bart Simpson.
Oh, I know. But I know. But have you seen this movie before?
Never. Never.
Okay. I just wanted to know. Be quiet.
Saddam stole it from the sheiks. I had no problem stealing it from Saddam. You inform this gentleman we need a vehicle of some kind.
And that day, we definitely take.
Many nations both working together.
God bless America! God bless the free Iraq!
What do you say, my friend?
Cannot give car.
Okay, I guess we'll buy them.
We can't take it to the Iranian border.
Then we don't have a deal.
We just saved your life. We saved yours.
We can help these people first, and then we'll be on our way. Bush told the people to rise up against Saddam. Now they're going to slaughter. Warner Brothers present George Clooney.
Okay, it's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
I said goes to Warner Brothers.
Honey, it's me.
Oh
my God.
Here it is.
Well, I'm working on that right now, baby.
Is there a Mark Wahlberg movie where he doesn't take his shirt off and call his female girlfriend or wife baby?
What's the point of putting Mark Wahlberg in a movie?
I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just curious if there actually
I don't think he took his shirt off.
They're really debating that?
But anyway, Three Kings, a good underrated.
You're like, you really are beating this.
Yeah, I'm like, bull.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
You're like, you're really debating that. You're funny.
Drought movie, probably David Russell's best movie, I think. That and Flirting with Disaster. Gil,
I would
some of yours.
You did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Solid picks all the way around. I was thinking you would not pick Three Kings, and it was already all ready to snatch it away. But
you thought wrong.
I thought wrong. First up for me is a 75-year-old movie. John Huston, voice of Gandalf's 1948 Treasure of Sierra Madre, which is Bogey's probably best role, best movie. But that's...
I think people would want to debate you on that.
Yeah.
I would probably agree with you, but a lot of people would say Casablanca.
This is the first time where he's not playing Bogey. He's starting to get
down on his luck Bogey.
Yeah, he's getting a little older. He's a little rougher around the edges. Sometimes totally paranoid, delusional, scruffy-faced, pre-African Queen, scruffy-faced. Yeah. Time has ravaged his good looks. He's a co-host of Toonami Pre-Flight. This movie is basically place in Mexico and is 3 with a lot of 40.
I think that was funny, didn't
The co-host of Tsunami Pre-Flight, meeting him.
you? Yeah.
Keep going.
I love you.
These racism and banditos and federales.
Sweet.
These 3 men have sort of thrown in their lots together to go find this treasure. And the movie is basically about how when you go and search for the gold, sometimes you find the paranoia and the greed right in your heart.
Damn, I thought that was the gold was in your heart.
No, this is not as... I mean, I guess it ends in a somewhat upbeat manner, but lots of people die along the way. Let's check out this trailer is like 9 minutes long, and it's style of telling you everything about everyone who's in the movie and the company who's making it and what kind of picture it's going to be. But we've sort of chopped it down a little bit to give you kind of the feels of the movie. So let's check it out.
Up into the forbidding majesty of the great Madre Range go men. Their pasts buried in silent secrecy. Their futures hidden in the mystery of adventure. Men drawn together in their search for gold. Dogs, soldier of fortune. Howard.
Pause.
Tyler. Kurt.
Okay.
I gotta eat.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna mute the sound.
Okay. Are you mad at me, someone?
What?
Are you mad at me?
Pause so I can tell you I gotta eat real quick. Mute the sound because we arguing over it. No, I'm just gonna mute the sound because we are gonna finish this.
Okay.
Just talk or something.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
And okay. Fuck. There we go. I had to put the camera off because I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want
to coming in the room trying to and seeing the word lately. What is your camera going on when you're dinner? I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are going to eat and stuff like that.
Probably should meet my mic too.
You forget to do that?
You would probably have to hear me. Yeah. What are we eating?
Sorry, guys. Stuff on Facebook. For my graduation place is Saturday. Excited because people get to come to my house. Be with me. This person is good. I don't know if you guys know that I have my dog now. Like the first. Yeah. Pretty rough. Gonna get one, of course. He can eat by himself. He should probably have somebody out there watching him, but no, it is no problem. We're all about that. But he's smart. Very smart.
We looked it up later.
So, it was Lincoln Park. My mom was at Lincoln Park place, and these people, alright, after the concert's done, people get drunk. They forget things, right? So my mom's walking. She wasn't racist, so we're not drunk. Because sometimes she gets that way. Sometimes she has to when she's out somewhere. Well, people have left like blankets, and you know those string things that you buy in the like $15, and it's like a plastic guitar or something. All people left them, so she grabbed them, and we washed them, and now we have them. This is good. So we all have some from the concert. And she even hears about it. That's pretty awesome. Get out. Back there. How are you guys? Excuse me, restaurant. told you guys I've been having a rough day. Oh, I tell you guys I'm taking something.
The Night Begins to Shine is owned by BER.
What?
The Night Begins to Shine is owned by BER.
Oh, really?
That's what that song was. I didn't want you to get copyrighted for it.
What song was it?
The Night Begins to Shine by BER.
Oh.
All rights go over to BER. No copyright laws.
Who was playing it is what I was asking.
Alexa.
Oh.
Because I wanted to Grandpa knew it.
Oh, okay.
Because it sounds like an old song. Like it's.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Oh my gosh.
No. Keep on with the video though.
Okay, so how was dinner?
It was good. We had stuffed peppers and sponge cake.
Oh, yummy. Where's mine at?
What do you want?
What?
What do you want, girl? I can't give you everything I have. You already have my heart. What else do you want?
What are you talking about, Darren?
You already have my heart. What else do you want?
You forever.
You will have me forever.
Good.
But the song is owned by BER, so
Okay.
I want you to get copyrighted for it because of the twice ever.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like that because it would blare in here.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Hope it don't.
Well, I forgot I had the thing on mute. I forgot I muted you.
Oh, you're fine. I don't think it will, but you never know.
That's why I said something. Video.
Yes.
The youngster, and Cody, the intruder. These are the men who tried to tap the treasure of the Sierra Madre. Men with an oath on their lips and muscles in their arms, but men with greed in their hearts. Ready to break their backs, to sell their very souls for gold, fighting shoulder to shoulder against the forces of nature, only to find their greatest enemy is human nature.
Shut up, I'll smash your head flat. Ah! Throw it. You're so done you don't even see the wrinkles you had in your own teeth.
That's heavy.
got her as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to keep that dame waiting, whoever she is. We wanted this mountain, Sergeant, to close their wound. The least we can do to show our gratitude for the wealth she's given us. You talk about that mountain like it was a real...
I think. Like,
better than any woman I ever knew. I know exactly what to do.
the trailer for this is like old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Right.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to take it all for yourself and cut me out. I know you for what you are. A long time I've had my suspicions about you. Now I know I've been right. So that's your stinking game, is it? Informing. I knew you was an informer. I knew it all the time.
Take a look down that mountain. This means all our funerals. What's that? I'm writing what I'm thinking. May the Lord be with us. Not soldiers, they're bandits.
Wake Up.
Never one of my faves.
The movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't. There's not many pre-1950s movies I'm really into though. That's just my. That's a personal failing on my part. It's not anything to do with the movie.
I don't think that there's no hot jam in Treasure of Sierra Madre that's gonna.
There's no Eddie Grant. I mean, I'm just saying.
A lot of hearts and minds.
Blah blah. Humphrey Bogart, John Huston. Where's Eddie Grant? That's all I'm saying.
And John Huston's dad as the old timer.
Although he does say, "I'll smash your head flat," which is something I want to sort of take into
and
my
benefit. It's the no. We don't need stinking badges movie. There's a lot of Bugs Bunny.
We don't need no stinking badges.
That movie's really good. This is probably going to see it. Second for me is Gore Verbinski's magnum opus, Dead Man's Chest, my favorite of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
The third Pirates of the Caribbean is your favorite, really?
Yeah. It's I think
I'm not questioning, I'm just asking.
I think it's the sweetest spot of before it was like, you know how much fucking money we're making off these movies? And still having a good time with a lighthearted romp.
It's a weird one, for sure, too.
And I love Bill Nye so much that...
Gotcha.
And it looks, I think
he can't be delightful where he's got octopus face.
Yeah, the octopus face is probably what
the effects are amazing.
I like, after this, I started liking them all still. I think this is the last one I saw in the theater. Doesn't matter, but I think it is. But so the basic plot doesn't really matter, but it's
very confusing at this point.
Jack needs to Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay, gotcha.
He
Jack
owes a great debt, but he also can find to avoid going to. I can't do a Bill Nye accent. I tried to do the walk off when he does the tentacles, but it was just terrible, so I didn't do it. And Will and Elizabeth need to get Jack's compass to avoid being hanged. So it's sort of a
shell game.
Who's going to come out on top? And I think the smart money is always on Captain Jack. But this is a strange dead world and undersea squid people, and is pretty fun. I think everyone's probably seen this. I'm just going to shut the fuck up and roll the trailer. Let's check it out.
What is it that has Jack spooked? How much do you know about Davy Jones? You owe me your soul.
Oh my God.
And it's time to...
These movies are...
These movies are what?
How was the new one?
It was good.
Are they done?
Huh?
Are they done?
What?
Done now?
I don't know how that's working now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I hate everyone in Hollywood. Recently, he hates Johnny Depp. An idiot. Yeah, he said some crazy shit.
Who doesn't like him?
My grandpa doesn't like people because their political views suck.
Oh.
Everyone in Hollywood sucks because of their.
Oh yeah.
Marvel sucks because of their political views.
Yeah, but Marvel plays a lot of good movies and shows though.
Like they do good actors, but they're
Not that. Sometimes they do really good shows, like movies and shows. Like their movies are awesome.
And Johnny Depp does a good movie too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Captain Jack is awesome. This is owned by
Kind of funny. It's kind of funny in this one because, like, I don't know how good you want spoilers. So
Spoiler alert. I don't care. I don't care. I'll probably see it on Yes Movies eventually.
oh, there's a part in there that he's gonna get his head cut off. Well, he was gonna get executed, like killed, you know. And he wanted, like, they had choices on how he wanted to get killed. And he picked the one that he sticks his head in, it chops it off by a knife or something.
Oh, like a stockade?
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Well, listen. The guy who saved the kid saves him, right? And he's stuck in this thing, but it keeps going and twisting around and out, and the knife keeps going towards him, and he freaks out, and it kept going up and down, but it didn't touch him. It was funny.
Yeah, I gotta see the original before I see the new one.
Yeah. I've seen pretty much half of those movies.
Yeah, but my grandpa and I went to see the first one. I clocked out because it was.
Did you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was 12. During it.
That's crazy how long they've been out for.
Don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you.
I think I was 11. Grandpa was like, "Hey, it's a pirate movie. Why not?"
Yeah. I fell asleep.
Not like.
I remember I went to go see the new Jurassic Park, and I was sick, and Quentin makes me go. I fell asleep like doing the whole movie.
Wait, there's a pirate movie on Netflix.
There is, I think. Isn't there a Pirate Caribbean movie?
There's a pirate movie. I'm not sure which one.
I kind of figured I'd tell the scene from them.
I hope it's The Curse of the Black Pearl. I'm about to look that up. Up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check when we get off.
Okay. Come back when we go.
When we get off.
Well, when you go check, though, you go off, but no.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Just do that.
Alright.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll be here. Guys, I want to tell you something. My sister's got these 3 cats, right? And one's Fiona, which is the little one. She's the female. There's 2 boys, and one's Jack, and then there's one Johnny. Well, Jack's my favorite. I don't know why. I think he's a black cat. Okay, he's a good one, but Jack, I like Jack. He's my favorite. Well, earlier, I had a candle burning, and I had to keep this candle inside this burning thing I got from, I think it's not Scentsy, but Party Light, or like Party Light, whatever. Well, I have to keep it in there because I'm smelling something. And I'm like, what is that? And look over, and he's got his fur on the side of his side. I don't know what he's doing there. I'm a stench. And he singed it. I can smell it, you know. Like I thought something's burning. So I'm like, oh, yeah. Hope he's right, you know. It's funny though.
I don't care.
Why, Fiji butt? Well, the other day, my dad took me to a movie. I went to see the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I wanted to see Supergirl, but the Pirates of the Caribbean movie was my favorite. I'm glad we got to go see that one because I really like those. I'm into like pirates, so yeah. Fiona. And now Fiona and Jack are smooching on each other. This is the reason why I like Jack. He's really never like that. He would sit there and like lick on Fiona for like maybe an hour. He is so sweet. I love him. Fiona's a cute one too, and a sweetie, but she gets like playful too much, but she's a baby, so that's amazing. You guys are like sitting like opposite way. It looks like you guys look like the yin yang. Hey Courtney, the cats are sitting like the yin yang. You know how the yin yang or whatever it's called, that thing symbol? You know how it's sitting in opposite ways? Ow! Hey.
I brushed your hair out now and it's to dry.
You're busy, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
I'm sorry, that was awesome.
No, you're fine.
It was hilarious. It's the exact one I need to start with.
Yeah, because it isn't the one that you were in the movie theater and you fell asleep to.
Yeah. I'm hoping they put the other stuff on here.
I hope so too. Because I like those movies. It's just how they were sitting. They looked like the yin yang or whatever they're called. That was funny.
Don't worry. Before I watch Rick and Morty, I'll send you the.
What the heck? It's already 8 o'clock?
I gotta get off.
I didn't know it was 8 o'clock until I looked at the time. Okay. Let me know when you go to bed, alright?